Stop wasting time on overly detailed coloring books that don't sell. The KDP market is highly saturated and time-intensive, but there is one category dominating the bestseller lists that requires zero advanced illustration skills and fast to create: the bold and easy coloring book niche. This blueprint shows you exactly how to bypass the intense competition by focusing on simplicity and speed. Success in this category relies on following this proven format. First, bestsellers are typically priced around $7.99. Second, they're usually sized about 8.5 by 8.5 inches, square trim size. Third, your audience is teens and adults. Fourth, identify high demand themes, such as cozy sub-themes like cozy shops, cozy couches, cozy animals. You get it. Oh, don't forget, I've got all this written down for you on my website at reneeclancy.com. All the steps are over there. You can check it out later. And fifth, simplicity in design. Success is driven by simple designs, which are faster and easier to create using specific tools, making the return on your investment high. Okay, finally, we're going to talk about the paper problem.
I wasn't aware there was a problem.
I want to show you how to ensure that you have high quality paper during the creation of this book. Now, I'm going to walk you through exactly what you need to do to create this best-selling book. Let's get started. First of all, we know we're going to be doing the Coco Wyo Bold and Easy Coloring Book. So there really isn't a need to do a lot of research beforehand. We're all pretty familiar with the style. Next, I firmly believe in working smarter, not harder. So I'm going to come on over here to Etsy, and I'm going to identify coloring pages that are in the style I'm looking for and that have master resale rights and PLR, private label resale rights also. And I'm going to purchase the items here. Now, I have done these images on or through AI before, and you can definitely create AI images. It's just takes a lot of time. It's a lot of work, and that's fine if you want to go that route. I just think if someone else has done it before me and made great images, why not purchase their images if they are for sale? So I came here to Etsy and I typed in PLR, MMR, easy coloring pages, holiday. Let's change this up. Let me show you if I were to write bold and easy coloring pages. See what we can get. And you can see a lot of these images are for sale. Now, some are not for resale. Some are just for download for personal use. So you definitely have to ensure that you are looking for that PLR or MMR phrase in each one. Make sure, let's see here, for example, this one right here says MMR PLR and commercial and private use, MRR PLR, adorable unicorn. So you see there are a lot of images here that are available. Now, I'm not going to tell you which one, but there's one I downloaded that it was not good quality. And sometimes that's just the luck of the draw. It was only a couple of dollars. I would say some are usable, but others were really pixelated and just not very thoroughly done. So I kept on looking and I found one that had a lot of really great reviews. And then that's how I found the one that I settled on today. So what it gave me here in Canva was a link to the Kawaii Tiny Shops. And that's the name of this particular one. I think it's adorable. Kawaii Tiny Shops is also another great keyword we could use in the title. Now, it gave me, I believe, 150. How many do I have here? Yep, about 160 or so shops. And then down here, some of the text I can use. Really cute shops. Now, they're not all perfect. There are some that I'm like, maybe I'm not going to use that one, or it's not really thorough. Like, for example, this one. Does that really look like a shop? No. It's kawaii style. It looks like a mug, but not necessarily a shop. So you just have to go through and look at each one. This is adorable, burger style, looks like a shop. Definitely will use that one. So I'm going to actually choose 50 so that, or 45, and my book will end up having about 93 or so pages. But there's one thing I'm going to do first of all. If you'll notice, these are all 8.5 by 11. I need to change them to square, and it's really easy to do that here in Canva. So let me show you how. I'm going to come here to resize. And I have here my 8.5 by 8.5. I do want a copy of these left just in case I decide to do an 8.5 by 11, but I'm going to copy and resize them. Okay, I don't plan on using this front cover page, so I can just delete that. I don't have to adjust it. I've never put a marker set in my pages before, but I've seen them done, so I think I definitely want to do that this time around. Here it has a frame. I don't need the frame, so I'm going to delete that. I'm going to include the color palette, and because for that higher quality paper, I'm actually going to choose color and inside color pages, even though there's not going to be color except on this one page. So I'm going to go through, take a second, delete all of these frames, and identify the ones that I'm going to be using in my book. Okay, I've gone through and I have edited about 50 of them. There were a couple of duplicates in there, some that didn't really vibe, but overall, I'm really pleased with the quality of these particular images. So now I'm going to download them as one-page PDF all together. Okay. Now here in BookBolt, I'm going to show you how to set this up. Yes, you can do this in Canva. You can do it in a Word doc. I'm just not great at formatting, so I find that I use BookBolt for all my formatting. So I'm going to come here to Project, New Project. And I'm going to call this Cute, Kawaii, Bold and Easy Food Stores. Shops. Change this to 8.5 by 8.5. Now this is where that quality of the paper comes in. I'm identifying premium color interior with white paper. Actually, there's no need for a bleed because all of my images stay within the center of the book. None of them go off the edge. Think of it like bleeding off the edge. So I've got 45 images times 2, that's 90. That's because I need a blank page on the back. So that's 90. I need a page for my cover page, the back of my cover page, and then the first page starts on page 3. So I need 93 pages. It might be 92, but I'd rather have an extra one just in case. And create project. Okay, now this part is super easy. I'm going to go ahead and upload the PDF that I just downloaded. Okay, everything's been uploaded. Now I want BookBolt to place all these images on the pages. So this is what you do. You go back one step, then right-click on the folder and use folder as page template. Now, remember this first page is going to be my title page. Then this is the back of the title page. Then all of the coloring pages will be, well, the next one will be on page 3, will be the first coloring page. That means they're all on the odd pages. So I'm going to come in here and select odd. And you can see here it's highlighted. I'm going to deselect page 1 and continue to options. I want it to go all the way to the paper edges and resize to fill the whole paper and submit. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think that looks nice. That'll be in color. And then here we come to the pages. Let's come here to book view. We'll work on the cover in a second. I think it looks really cute, actually, and it follows the style that I want. Okay, let's work on the cover. Now, what I want to do is I need some of these images colored because I need something for the front page. So let me show you what I did. So here in Gemini, I'm going to choose to create an image. So I chose my Nano Banana, my new favorite thing. I am going to upload an image that I just downloaded. And ask it to color this in bright whites and reds in the Coco Wyo style. I think that's adorable. Definitely going to be the colors of this particular book. Now I'm going to download it. Here in Canva, I created a new page. And how did I get these numbers? Well, it told me in BookBolt. So here in BookBolt, it gave me all of the dimensions. Yes, you can find this in KDP also. There are really great resources that over in Amazon KDP that show you the exact dimensions that you need. I just used the BookBolt ones. So I took a screenshot of this. I uploaded it to Canva and I made sure to create this particular size page. Now this was the original one. I actually like that red one a little bit more, so I'm going to upload that one. Now, as you can see, it has a white background. I actually want to remove that background so that I have just the image isolated. So I'm going to click background remover. Okay. Now I'm going to click on the image behind and I'm going to lower the transparency so that I can't quite see it, but I can still see those outlines. So make sure I stay within those guide zones. Okay, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. Now, what text do I want? Yes, you can put the words bold and easy. There is no copyright on those particular words. I've read all the articles, trust me, about the lawsuit that happened with the original company trying to claim the phrase bold and easy, the trademark for it. But you cannot trademark or copyright a generic descriptive word. So, for example, bold and easy, the determination on this particular article was that bold and easy is too descriptive. You can't claim a descriptive style. But that's used a lot, and I want to stand out a little bit more. So I'm just going to call these cozy shops, and in the ads and some of the description or the keywords, the phrase is bold and easy. Come here to text. I would like to add a frame around the edge, but I think I'm going to do that in BookBolt. I think this turns out really cute. I showed you the process because I want you to see that nothing is ever just one and done. A lot of it takes manipulation and working through things, just going with what you feel is good. I do have another video that's all about covers that sell and how to look for the right typography, the right colors, all of those wonderful details. So you can check out that video here. Now I'm going to download this as a PNG with a transparent background. Now here back in BookBolt, I'm going to upload that image. Okay. Now I want the background to be white because I really want this to pop. So I'm going to come here to the shapes and change this shape to white. And move that to underneath. I want to see if I can get some kind of red trim around the edge. I feel like it still needs something else. I am going to be putting on the back, especially because this is a new book. I want an opportunity for other people to see what is included. So I'm going to, for example, come here let's see, let's go to, that one's really cute. I'm going to click on that one, copy. I like to put them on the back. Let's find another one. Ooh, I like the waffles. Okay. I know it's very simple, but my hope here is that it will stand out among other books that are very busy. Now for that inside front cover, I'm actually just going to re-upload this one. And now we're ready to upload to KDP. So here we go. We're going to start with creating a paperback. Remember, I decided to call this Cozy Shops. Okay, it's not part of a series yet. My name. Now, for the description, what I did was, for the description, I went to Amazon and I saw what the other descriptions were. I pasted it into ChatGPT, and I don't want to copy it. I want to create something new that's my own. I just want the data from that, or the general style. So I said, create a revised version of this with my particular details. It was not different enough. So it just goes to show you can't just one and done with AI. You're working it like kneading bread. You're working through it. So I said to change it more, change the tone, and change it so that, because they're not hand drawn. Also to remove that 8x8, because mine are 8.5 by 8.5. And then it actually asked, do you want me to add some SEO optimized for KDP? Yes, please. So once it did that, I really felt better about the Cozy Shops coloring book, about what it was called and the details that were in there. And then I asked it to actually kind of condense it down just a little bit, and then to give me keyword phrases that I can use for my description. Now, sometimes if you're ever wondering which category to put it in, I go and look at the other books and see what category they're in. So this one is in children's books, activities, activity books, coloring books. Okay. Now let's get in that adult category. And I'm going to use those keyword phrases that ChatGPT made for me. Now remember, a keyword is something like cozy or shops. But a keyword phrase, and especially a long tail keyword phrase, is this several words, is almost a whole sentence, but not quite. Okay, those are all in. And this is where I'm going to select that higher quality paper. No bleed. And I actually want the front cover to be glossy. I think that'll give it a nice pop. And now let's upload the manuscript. Now, I'm not sure if they used DALL-E on this particular, on the images. I know they used some sort of AI. So I'm just putting DALL-E right now. This is just for data gathering from KDP. So I think it's okay if I just guess on what AI image they created. And now always launch the previewer. Okay, let's see which one of my images were outside of the margins. Page 21. And 31. There's nothing there. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to come back to Book Bowl and go to page 21. I'm looking at the veggies. The spelling mistakes don't bother me because it's supposed to be adorable cartoon pretend shops. So I think it's cute. Okay, I'm going to click on this. says it's outside. I'm going to just, I think that what I'm going to do is I'm going to re-upload these and only have it extend to the green line so that none of them are going outside that green line, even though it's just white that's going beyond the green line. That's all right. Let me show you how to do that. Right click, same thing, use folder as page template. I'm going to select all of the odd, deselect that one. Okay, so now when I continue to options, here I have it Amazon KDP guidelines and constrained to fit in the guidelines in the center of the page instead of going all the way to the edge. Okay, it looks like that fixed it. Now let's talk about that price. Remember how I said most of them are priced at like $7.95? Well, this book ended up being a lot more than that. Probably because of the premium paper. I'm going to have to go back and change that because there's no way I'm going to be able to sell this. Like I'd make 50 cents if I sold it for $15. No one's buying it. So let's go back a step. I'm going to change this to standard color and really hope that that makes a big enough of a difference. Okay, I definitely got the price down, but it's still a little high. If I were to, okay, I'm going to keep this at $9.99 right now. It's a little high. What I'll do in the future is maybe I'll cut about 5 of those coloring pages. So I'll make it 40. That would be then 80 pages total. That will help me be able to drop it probably another $1. So for right now, I'm going to leave this at $9.99 and I'll publish the paperback. Let me know what you think.